morning, grade 2. How are you today? I hope you are fine. Are you ready to our writing lesson today? So pay attention and listen carefully, please. Today is Thursday, 25 of March 2020. Our writing lesson today is about humorous story. What does it mean? What does it mean? What is the humorous story? It is a funny story. It is a funny story. The story characters or events are very funny. The story has a beginning, middle, and end. The writer has to use descriptive words. So, again, humorous story is a funny story. Humorous story is a funny story. That means the story, its characters or events are very funny. And the story has a beginning, middle, and end. The writer has to use descriptive words. What's the meaning of descriptive words? That means words describe the nouns. The words which describe the nouns, okay? So here we have some descriptive words: large, happy, small, big, cheerful, little, huge, kind, tiny, fast, helpful, funny, quick, sweet, humorous, speedy, ugly, easy, hard, black, simple, tricky, green, round, active, red, and nice. These are some descriptive words you can use to describe any noun. Okay, pre-writing: the creation and arrangement of ideas. When you want to write a story, you have to arrange your ideas, okay? You have to write the title. You have to start with the beginning. That means you have to describe the settings, and you have to introduce the characters and to explain the situation. What does it mean when I say describe the settings? That means you have to say when and where does the story happen. Introduce the characters. You have to introduce who is the character or who are characters, okay, and explain the situation. This is the beginning. Now the middle. You have to describe in the middle what happened in the story, and you have to use transition words. That means first, next, then, and finally. So the transition words are first, next, then, and finally, okay? So you have to use at the middle of the story these transition, and you have to describe what happened in the story. At the end, you have to explain how the story ends, and you have to describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved, okay? So you have to explain how the story ends. You have to describe what happened to the characters and how the problem got solved. That's it. Okay, so this is the pre-writing. This is the creation and arrangement of the ideas. Okay, you have to write the title, beginning, middle, and end. So all of you now, tell me, what does the pre-writing mean? It means the creation and arrangement of ideas. Again, the creation and arrangement of ideas. Again, the creation and arrangement of ideas. Now, we have 4 important things we have to write in the story. The first thing, the title, then beginning, middle, and the end. So we have 4 structures. The first thing, the title, then beginning, middle, and end. Okay, so we said we have to write at the beginning some words or something to describe, some sentences maybe, to describe the settings, to know where and when the story happened. Okay, and you have to introduce the characters, who is the character, and explain the situation. And we said that at the middle we have to describe what happened, and you have to use transition words. That means first, next, then, and finally. At the end we have to explain how the story ends, to describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved. Got it? Okay, let's go on. Now we have to write here a humorous story, and it's titled Watch Out for Banana Peels. Watch out for banana peels. I prepared for you a sample, and of course you can write your own, but here I prepared this for you to use it as a sample. First of all, we said that when we want to write, we have to write the beginning of the story, which describe the setting, when and where, and introduce the characters and explain the situation. Here I wrote for you, Sam is a man who works in a grocery store. He has a bad habit that he throws waste on the floor. One day he was in the park eating bananas and throwing banana peels everywhere. So here we have Sam, the character. We have the setting of the story, which is when and where. Here we have it one day and in the park. So this is when and where, the place and the time. And the other words or the other sentences explain the situation. Okay, so here we have the description of setting, we have the character, and we explain the situation. So again, Sam is a man who works in a grocery store. He has a bad habit that he throws waste on the floor. One day he was in the park eating bananas and throwing banana peels everywhere. Okay, now we have to describe what happened in the middle and to use transition words, which is first, or which are first, next, then, finally. Okay, so the transition words are first, next, then, and finally. So Here, I asked him to stop throwing banana peels. A girl slipped on a banana peel. I have here two events, we can say. I asked him to stop throwing banana peels, and a girl slipped on a banana peel. Here I can know what happened at the middle of the story, right? I can know what happened. Actually, here we don't write the or don't use the transition words, but in the writing, in the final writing, we have to use it, or in the drafting, we have to use it. But here in the pre-writing, we don't write them. We don't use them. Okay, so here. We describe what happened, and let the reader know what happened at the middle of the story. Okay, I asked him to stop throwing banana peels. A girl slipped on a banana peel. Got it? At the end, we have to explain how the story ends and to describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved. Sam slipped on a banana peel and broke his hand. This is what happened in the story at the end. And Sam learned to be careful that no one got hurt because of his actions. Which is the lesson which Sam learned at the end of the story. Okay, so here at the end we have to explain how the story ends and to describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved. And we mention here that Sam slipped on a banana peel and broke his hand. And Sam learned to be careful that no one got hurt because of his actions. Okay? Here we have to write the drafting of the story. The title is Watch Out for Banana Peels. You have to use the pre-writing which you wrote before to help you to write this drafting and then to write the final writing. So use your pre-writing draft, okay, or pre-writing chart, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now I prepared for you a sample. Of course you can write your own. Sam is a boy who works in a grocery store. He has a bad habit that he throws waste on the floor. One day, he was in the park eating bananas and throwing banana peels everywhere. First, I went to talk with him and ask him to stop throwing banana peels on the floor. But he looked at me and started laughing and said, "Go away, silly girl." After that, a girl was walking and slipped on a banana peel, and everyone started laughing, even the girl, and asked, "Who threw the banana peels?" "Thanks God, I'm okay," she said. Sam said, "It is only a banana peel. Nothing will happen." While Sam was walking back home, he slipped on a banana peel and broke his hand. At the end, Sam learned from that day he became careful that no one got hurt or upset because of his actions. The first thing I want to tell you that don't forget to leave the space at the beginning of the story, okay? This is the first thing. Don't forget also the title. Don't forget the punctuation. That means dots, periods, commas, okay? Don't forget that. And don't forget to capitalize what should be capitalized. Okay, here we have the beginning, the middle, and the end all together. Okay, we said we have at the beginning the setting and the character. Okay, here I have Sam is a boy who works in a grocery store. He has a bad habit that he throw waste on the floor. One day he was in the park eating bananas and throwing banana peels everywhere. Okay, here we have Sam, the character. We have in the yellow color one day and in the park. This is the setting, when and where. And the other sentences is the situation. I told you that when we want to write and start the middle, we have to describe what happened and use transition words, right? So we have to use transition words. Here you have it in the red color. First, after that, and at the end. Okay, this is the transition. This is the transition words. First, I went to talk with him and ask him blah blah blah. Here you have what? I, the pink one. I, this is another character. Okay, I, the second character. The first one is Sam. Here also we have I, but the most important character we have in this story is Sam. Okay, and you have here also a girl. This is also a character, but I told you again. I told you that Sam is the main character. Okay. Now you have here first, this is the transition word, and you have after that, also this is transition word, and at the end it is also transition word. And don't forget to write a comma after each one. Okay, first comma, after that comma, at the end comma. Okay, don't forget the punctuation, my lovely students. Don't. Okay, at the end we explained how the story ends and describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved. I wrote it here by the green color. Sam learned, or you can say at the end, Sam learned from that day he became careful that no one got hurt or upset because of his actions. Okay, this is the end of the story. This is the end of the story. Okay, and this is the lesson which Sam learned from that day. Got it? Okay. Now I want you to write the final writing, or you can write another story but it has the same title. Okay, try teacher to write another story but use the same title. Don't forget to make your pre-writing, and don't forget to arrange your ideas before. Write your beginning, middle, and end as headlines. Then after that you can write your drafting. Okay, in your readers and writers notebook, you have this page. No need to open it. You can read it on the screen. This is a humorous story. This is an example of a humorous story. The title is An Amazing Morning. I will read it for you. Roberto got up late. He missed the bus and had to walk to school in the pouring rain. What a walk! It was raining cats and dogs. Roberto just missed stepping on a poodle. A chihuahua nearly landed on top of his head. He saw his neighbor wrestling with an enormous tabby cat that was clinging to her umbrella. When Roberto got to school, he had to wring out his jacket. His teacher, Miss Peirce, asked Roberto, "Why are you so late, and however did you get so wet?" Roberto grinned. "You'll never guess what happened on the way to school this morning," he said. This is a kind of humorous story. This is a sample of a humorous story. The character here, Roberto, and you can know what happened in the middle of the story, and you can understand where is the funny events in the story. When he said it was raining cats and dogs. Okay, teacher, that's it. Okay, now I can leave you and I will show you the story I prepared for you before to write your writing. Now I will give you 10 minutes to write your own story, your own humorous story about the same concept, the same title. It should has the same title, Watch Out for Banana Peels, but you can write another events, okay, another characters, another settings, it's okay, but you have to write about the same title, okay, the same concept, okay. So you have 10 minutes, start, write, and good luck.